It's Clark and Perry on the case. Da-na-na-na. Clark and Perry do what it takes. Da-na-na-na. Clark and Perry investigate.
The activities and interests of local artists in the Windy City's finest throughout both Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, Alberta. Available on TELUS Optic TV on demand, VidFlex, YouTube, and more for limited time only. Terms and conditions apply.
Da-na-na-na.
Hello, and welcome again to the Windy City's finest. I'm Clark, he's Perry. Welcome once again. We're joined here by Beck and Melissa Fry, about to kind of teach us some acrylic painting. Folks, of course, you have some socials as well too, so why don't you tell us what your socials are?
Okay, mine is RSArtYQL, and that's my handle on Instagram, and that's all I got so far.
Hey, that's okay. And
yeah, mine is Art by Melissa Fry, and that's on Instagram and Facebook.
fantastic. So why don't you two tell me a little bit what we got planned for this afternoon?
Sure. So this is a painting workshop that Beck and I have put on before together, and we're basically going to be painting a kind of Milky Way and with some tree silhouettes.
That's fantastic. And I remember us discussing about this before as well too. So you folks have done this on a huge canvas before,
Yeah.
right? What size was that again?
Like 2 by 4 feet.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, a little big guy.
That is
Yeah.
some very broad strokes, some very big brushes, eh?
And we had to keep up with the students who were, of course, beginners, so it was going to take them a bit longer, but they had 10-inch by 20-inch canvases. So we're like, okay, and then we put on this color. We were like, like that, trying to like keep up with them, you know?
Well, hopefully this is going to be a lot more relaxed. It looks like we got
Yeah.
the same canvas size as well too. So which size is this?
12 by 24.
12 by 24. Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. Is there like a specific, like when it comes to this project, because I believe we're going to be painting galaxies and all that stuff as well too. Is there like a specific size when it comes to this? Like what's so special about this one?
I don't know. I like the shape. I like something that's twice as tall as it is wide. That's just
And the Milky Way, like, you know, how it like goes through the sky,
Like
like
through the
capture
sky.
like a big part of it, and even like a smaller canvas, like you can capture a big part of it.
Right on.
This kind of fits the scale, I would say.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Okay, well, perfect. I'm excited to kind of just delve right into it. It looks like we got a whole plethora of tools in front of us as well too. Where do
Yeah.
we start?
Well, I touched the brushes, so I guess we can start there.
Okay.
So I've got, these are just, you know, various brushes that you can just purchase kind of anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
These are more of like really beginner brushes.
Okay.
So, and these are synthetic bristles. So they're really soft and smooth, and they don't really leave brush marks.
Right on.
If you want more texture, you can get something with natural bristles. So this is, I'm not sure what kind of animal hair this is. It could be boar or something like that. So this is much stiffer, and this will actually leave kind of textury bits.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the material, the brush will change it like that. And for making a whole bunch of tiny stars, this is a toothbrush. And I wasn't going to buy a brand new toothbrush just to fill it with paint. So this is 100% like been in my mouth, but I cleaned it, and now all the schmutz in there is just paint.
It's just paint now.
So yeah, you can like flick little, so you don't have to get something like, I got this stylus. This is from a thrift store, and I believe it was part of like one of those nail decorating kits, and it's got these little balls on the end. So instead of being like beep, beep, you know, that takes the,
Yeah.
that's really boring. So I just do this.
Hey, reduce, reuse, recycle as well too. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, do you want to talk about some of the paint? Or yeah, like, because I think we both, like in our practice, we both use the same kind of like
Mm-hmm.
entry level.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
you know, we don't use like really, really cheap, low quality paint, but I also don't use like museum quality.
What's the difference between the two?
So I think like, for me personally, the price point,
Yeah.
I haven't even used, you know, like $30 an ounce fancy pigments, because if I really like them, then that's going to be a problem for
Mhm.
me personally. So it could be a lot of it, I think it's like light fastness. Like it's something that'll last for like, if it's archival quality and museum quality, the painting will like outlive you,
Mm.
right? Whereas I've accepted that the vast majority of my work is going to end up in a thrift store.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I can use it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. It's just kind of the longevity of how long the paint is going to last,
it's something,
right?
you know, like where we've sold some of our stuff at like a coffee shop.
Yep.
Versus, you know, going and like living at a museum or as part of like an art gallery collection. But also though, I'm pretty sure Jackson Pollock would just get mist tints from the hardware store and like make his splatter paintings. And the art conservation part of it, he was like, well, that's not my business.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just depends on what you feel like, right?
Yeah, no, that's classic for sure.
Yeah.
And then another part of it is we use these like sponges for the texture.
Okay, yeah.
So that'll mostly be on our Milky Way, but like yeah, it's really good for like giving it that like you know, mass amount of stars look, so you don't have to like splatter all of it, but like some of this like the texture's really good.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can kind of do pocket or clusters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just like dump these out.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we
we're
can
gonna-
pick the ones that we like best. I like this one. It still
Ooh,
has
feeling.
some paint on it from the last thing I used it for that I didn't really quite wash it out right. Oh, we should wet these and wring them out too, eh?
Oh.
Yeah. So wet it and then like wring it out really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, it's literally a sponge, so you'll put paint on it and it'll just whoop and just absorb it, and then it won't go on your canvas
Okay,
if it's not damp.
that's excellent. All right.
Close to your, yeah, that's pretty close to your sheep.
So I'm kind of interested what we have planned for this painting as well too. So like, was there any inspiration that came up, or are we doing planets? Or it sounds like we're doing star systems for sure when it comes to that, or are we going to figure it out as we go? What's the process that you two take?
For this one specifically, it'll be like Milky Way with like little trees, but like we both like to recreate like images. Like when JWST started like released their images last year, I was like watching it live, and I was like, I'm painting that one, I'm painting that one, I'm painting that one.
Yeah.
So, and you
That's
have like
amazing.
your series too, which is
Yeah.
like,
I have the Milky Way series, which I think, because I just kind of all paint the same subject matter, and I'll just give it like Milky Way number whatever. So I think I'm in 30s now. I've made like 30 of them.
That's amazing.
So it's all the same subject, but it's not the exact same thing. So
like different angles.
yeah, so this is kind of like if you were out camping in a rural area or out at a cabin in the boondocks and you looked up, you might see, you know, the trees, the silhouettes of trees on like, you know, a hill, and then you might see the Milky Way.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm excited to see what we have as well too. I feel all suited up, kit.
Yes.
The whole kit's already good to go, basically. I got the whole apron and everything. Thank you. And now my sponge is wet.
Yes.
So,
So I guess we can, we're going to use the same, yeah, well, I'm going to put it over there. So we're going to use the same palette, just so we'll be working with the same colors.
okay.
I guess we'll probably want to start with the phthalo blue. Like in
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
Okay.
We'll start with like the smooth colors of like the sky. And then
Interesting.
It's just kind
Okay.
of like a glow around the Milky Way. So this is, oh, that's primary blue. I'll be right back. I left the phthalo blue over here. They look kind of the same.
Oh, exactly. We kind of delved into the different colors as well too during our interrogation last time. But yeah, no, that's fantastic. So when it comes to this particular blue, this one just kind of agrees more with the sky color or tones that we're going for. Is that
I don't know. We both just really like phthalo blue.
that's fair? That's fair.
It's like close to midnight. Like you could make a midnight blue out of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. It has this like the memory of green in it to me.
Mhm.
If that makes sense. That's kind of what I like. I guess we can put it in here. Whoop. Do we want to make this a little bit lighter? Just a little bit, or
Yeah, just yeah. That's
do you want to use? So I have mixing white. which is like not as intense and bold. So like there's titanium dioxide, which is like the whitest white substance on the planet. And there's mixing white, which is a bit...
We could try the mixing white.
Yeah, sure.
Give it a subtle,
Like
and then
dealer's
the
choice.
louder colors will like add.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah, so bit.
So there has to be a couple of hard and fast rules when it comes to mixing colors as well too. So do you have any kind of in mind? Like you wouldn't mix blue, say for example, with orange, would you?
Well, why not? What if you want a brown?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
guess if there's no hard and fast rules, that's
like,
pretty simple.
I wanted a particular. So for the Pillars of Creation one that I was painting, that red is like phthalocyanine green, like phthalo green, and then this here mixed together, like depending on the proportion, makes a kind of reddish brown. So
which is desirable for certain points.
I needed a reddish brown, and I wanted like there's a lot of green elsewhere in the painting, so I wanted to have like the vibe, the memory of green. I guess.
Of course.
I don't know.
There are like some colors that will like melt into each other. Like if you're looking for like a different kind of brown, you can make it almost black. So it's like good to just like try it out. Like,
for sure.
Different. Still
Awesome.
I'm like 36 and still learning like color theory stuff.
Yeah, of course.
I think it also depends on what like your paint is actually made out of too. Right? Like, because there's different, like we kind of touched on during the interrogation part, like there's different densities of pigments, and some are more readily, like they more readily disappear into others. Right? Like your some of the organic pigments, so like that neon kind of stuff, that really bright yellow, that's more of an organic pigment.
This
and
color right here.
Like actually, we can put a little smear of it on the canvas, and like it'll disappear immediately.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go ahead and give it a go. Put some on your finger and smear it on your canvas. Don't put like a huge goober, like
a thin, like a thin.
Sure, yeah, that's perfect.
And it'll be like,
and just
disappear.
Smear it. It's green. That's okay. But you see how it's like translucent?
Yeah.
Right?
I
like
kind of
it's
see.
totally translucent.
Yeah, like this section right here as well too.
Yeah, once it dries, it'll like.
Yeah, and also we do have some black here, so you can just put that on top.
Oh, that's okay. Happy accident.
I should have been like, put it in the middle because we're going to paint on top of it for sure.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's all good.
That's okay. But yeah, there is a bit of black there. You can also wipe your finger like on your apron.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Is this enough, you think, friend?
Yeah, I think that's that's good for
that's
both.
good.
Yeah. And we'll probably be using like these bigger guys.
We're gonna use like the bigger guys.
So that'll be your largest brush there.
There you go. So also, same thing with the sponges, but to like a lesser degree. You gotta dampen these first, or the paint will just get in there and it'll just dry in the bristles and ruin your brush.
Oof. Yeah.
So you just give them a dunk, and then kind of go like that.
Just kind of like this, eh?
Yeah. Just get the excess water off. It's kind of like wetting your hair in the shower.
Right.
You know how you gotta like saturate all the bristles, so to speak. Yeah.
It's good for like blending too, because we don't want like a hard border with our colors.
No.
Right.
I'm actually, just to keep this from drying out, I'm just gonna put like a couple drops of water in there because we live in a desert. If you don't live in a desert, you got a little bit more time, but we do.
Yeah.
Or a semi-arid region.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, and this part here, this is the furl, right? I think that's what it's called.
This portion right
this
here, eh?
brass portion that actually holds the bristle onto the handle.
Okay.
So don't be like boop, and dunk it right up to the furl.
Oh, I see.
You want to just be like.
Gotcha.
About there is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try that out. I'm just gonna preemptively wetten the brush once more because I'm super paranoid, and then blah blah.
blah, blah, blah. And you can get like a decent goober on there because
Yeah.
what you put on here, you can like spread it around.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, here, I'll grab.
yeah, you grab some too. And of course, like, we can come and help you out because we're like 2 people working on one canvas. We'll be like, no, do it all yourself.
Yeah. No.
You're
That's
on
all
your
good.
own. You're on
All
your
good.
own.
Yeah. Catch up. I don't know.
Okay, so like the general shape, do we want it like kind of off to the side or like straight up? Like
Maybe like slightly off to the right.
Yeah. Because it like
Yeah.
naturally.
Okay.
So you just like kind of goober it on there and you can get like a little bit
Back
more.
and forth brushes, basically. And we're looking for the whole canvas here?
No, just so what you want to do is kind of like here and then whoop and then kind of maybe slightly off to one side.
Okay.
Slightly off to the right. And then you can also dip, like if you want to spread it out a little bit more, you can like dip like the corner of your brush in the
corner
water.
of the brush. Okay.
Yeah. And then you can pick up some more paint and like and just kind of slap her on there.
Yeah, I don't give like that. Like, because the middle
Kind
will
of
be
glow.
dark.
Yeah, the middle will be really glow. And you also want to give something for the trees to be silhouetted against.
Mm-hmm. How's this looking so far? Am I
Perfect.
okay?
Yeah.
Just broad strokes.
Broad-
Be generous.
Be generous.
Yep.
Okay.
And kind of fade out your edges. Like, you see them kind of like,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
yes.
I'm remembering so much. It was probably
When was-
7 years ago
Oh,
that we did
that's-
this.
That might as well be 1,000. Like in perception.
Yeah.
Because like the perception of the passage of time is just, it's just,
We're almost halfway done the year. Like,
whoa, what? No way.
when did that happen?
No way.
Okay.
That's too much time. Especially since I didn't even do like half the stuff I wanted to finish.
And we have so much stuff to do. How's it going over there?
It's good. It's good so far. Just
You know what
just
would
whacking
be
away.
super helpful if we had the finished piece so that young Brent here could have. Because we know what it's supposed to look like, and we've just completely abandoned this.
No,
right
that's
now.
okay.
We
This
believe
is
You'll
a
be okay.
this
You'll
is
be
a
okay.
4-step process, though. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
That's
pretty
that's
much, yeah.
what we're going for here. So
Yeah.
Hey.
So,
Like, as like kind of like, because the middle is like darker. So if you like picture like the darker middle of the Milky Way, it'll help you with like the
Yeah.
border, too.
So-
okay, yeah,
yeah, and bring this all the way down.
all the way
All
down.
the way down, and then it'll kind of.
Yours is a lot more blue. I feel like I'm just not adding enough paint.
Yeah, be bold.
Be
See this
bold.
like big old goober? And
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
if we don't have enough, we can just mix up some more.
Yeah.
That's fine. There's
The
like,
comparison between that much versus how much I'm thinking I need to be using.
Yeah, like you're
Yeah.
stretching the paint like quite a bit,
Okay.
and that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay, but.
And
See, and then once you get on the canvas, so you see this big goober here, I can also like whoop and like pick it up and put it somewhere else.
gotcha.
Oh, actually, that's a bit of dried paint. Oh.
Oh.
Sometimes it'll dry like I'll just grab one here. This one's relatively clean, but you'll get like that like it's almost like the toothpaste stuff, and sometimes that'll come off and like get in your paint. So
Right,
you don't
yeah.
want that.
And then if you like go over it after, you can like give it like little highlights, but like really subtle highlights.
Yeah.
Okay, so like that.
I don't know. Is this how you feeling this like width?
I like the shape
Yeah.
because we can like give it like a. Unless you want.
And this like beefiness is okay. Like I kind of
Oh,
put a
yeah.
lot on here.
Yeah, maybe I'll widen mine too.
Yeah. I
This
mean,
is
it's not
just
like it has to
background.
be the same on either side, but it's just like some of the trees we'll be making at the end point will be like, I think the tallest one will be roughly here, like almost at the halfway point of the painting. So you just want to make sure there's not just black behind it. Because
Right.
putting the trees on was just probably just black.
Right.
So you want to have it to be contrasted against something or you won't be able to see it. Okay,
I definitely need to buy some new brushes.
yeah, these are, I think I got these on sale. And some of these I actually got from, I think it was an old, like, it was a ceramics kit or something like that for painting glazes. And somebody who had no idea what was up, or someone who was being very generous, just left them at a thrift store.
Ha!
And I was like, ha
Those are definitely those secret times that you gotta just be like, yep, this is not gonna happen often, and I'm gonna take full advantage of it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and it's great for like all sorts of others. Like I've actually gotten a lot of good things from the thrift store, like art-wise and otherwise.
Oh, your side looks good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm feeling. And when you get to edges, like you can either like paint the edge if you want, or just like make it, like either or.
Yeah.
Usually, like with like space, or it's usually like on the edges to give it that effect.
It just gives it a nice kind of finish.
Yeah.
Do you want a hand to like catch up?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'll just fill in my corner here.
Okay.
Ooh, I feel like I'm still being too nice about it as well too. So I
go in, like feel like
I'm
like,
actually
channel
gonna
your artiste.
mix up a little bit more blue for you too.
Okay.
But yeah, just like you can get right in there. Like this part, it's just
it's super blue, and then it's more blended up top. Is that what I'm seeing over there?
Like what we've done is kind of like laid it on here, and then towards the edges, I like re-wet my brush again and just kind of spread around, kind of.
Gotcha.
Thing. That's yeah. I'm gonna make some more.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's. You add a little water.
Yeah.
And in contrast to what you may have mentioned there, Melissa, as well too, I'm very excited to delve into what we talked during the interrogation, where this is more of the process, not the product.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'd like to see more of. I don't know what I'm actually making. I don't have the same vision that you folks have right now. I'm just doing what you're doing. And right now, I love it. I'd hate to have like something there in front of me and then be like, I don't know how to do that. That seems very, very intimidating. So this, I'm falling in love with the process. That's what I'm saying as well too. This is really good.
Good. I'm glad that us just being like, he'll be fine. He'll figure it out. We don't need to show him the end game. That's worked out for you. There we go, friend.
It's a part of the process I didn't realize I'd like.
Beauty.
Fairly. It's adequate, right? It's,
And so, sorry, I've been dampening the brush every time before I go in for another glob. Does that matter?
Probably explains how you've been getting that much paint over that much surface.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. So if I may.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna just bring this in a little bit more here. So you see how like bold?
Oh yeah.
That is.
Let me just.
Like that, and then. You can bring it in quite a bit, like it'll be more in here and then kind of skinnier up there. And then sorry.
Sorry. And just like a quick, if you want to like even like get loose with like the brush to give it like some like swirls and texture and just kind of like move it around.
You go, woo! That's a good point, Beck. Because I think I was doing that, but I didn't actually vocalize it.
Yeah,
me neither.
I didn't actually, and I kind of, there's some spots that are kind of lighter.
Yeah, I kind of like this ended up like bright. I imagine it'll dry, but
yeah, and so I'm just gonna go like here, and then when I dip the brush in some water, that was too much water. Then you can kind of spread out the edges. Kind of spread it around a little bit, but there's still that more like concentrated kind of section there.
Right on.
Yeah, I gotta make even more. Like I'm just. Or this area is like actually like pretty large. Like this cell that I used, I should have maybe used one of these. I can use that for the next color.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll here you go. Let's help Brent catch up to us because we have like literally twice the people power doing this.
That's okay. That's okay. You folks are both the pros as well too, so.
Thank you. That was very nice to say. I have to stop like laughing when someone just gives me a compliment. Like it's very just
the shoulder dust.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Humor to cope with the mortification of being perceived.
But yeah, when it like dries, it's very like subtle.
Yeah. Should we go in with another bit of like an even bit of a lighter blue?
Yeah, maybe to like as the background outline of the Milky Way itself. So it'll like help with like guiding with the next colors that we're gonna do and like everything else.
Okay,
so that's like
good.
helpful for like, especially if you're like basing your art off of like something pre-existing, like even if it's space, to have like an underlay really helps with like pulling everything together. If that makes sense, I don't know.
It makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to Brent. It makes sense to you?
It's making sense. I'm very focused on just the strokes and comparing how much paint I'm throwing on the canvas as well too.
I am very lackadaisical. Beck and I both were like, like very lackadaisical about all this.
I love it. Okay,
yeah,
well,
it's fine.
I can learn to let go and be generous. Be generous. I learned that episode 1 with Maria as well too. I gotta just be generous with what we got.
Yep.
There we go. There we go.
So, do we want to maybe risk it for the biscuit and mix a little bit of this brilliant blue with the phthalo blue? Isn't that pretty?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
I want it.
Next time. What actually is it though? Because sometimes it's pigment. Oh, it's PG7, PB 15.3, and PW6. Whatever.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, like.
I was looking like it does.
No.
Yeah, because sometimes it'll be like, depending on the paint, it'll be like yellow, and then you look in the back, and it'll actually be the pigment. So this is primary yellow, and then on the back it says PY 74, and I assume the PY means primary yellow.
Oh.
So that being said, primary green, primary blue, and primary white, maybe? No, there's no such thing as primary white. I'm just making stuff up. Don't listen to me. Okay. So you're both good there?
Okay, I think so far so good.
It's coming along.
Yeah, it's coming.
And I get what you're saying as well too. When it dries, that really changes quite a bit.
And even just like layering on some, since there is like white in the one that we're using, like it does show up. But
and straight from the tube, it looks almost black, hey? It's like navy blue when it dries.
Yep.
Which is
very interesting.
So we're gonna do this one. Are we gonna mix it with a little bit of phthalo blue?
Yeah, just to like bring it.
Bring it to the darkness.
To the dark side.
Here we go. I've been using the end of that little flat brush to kind of. Do you think it would be better if we had a
like half and half?
Yeah, sure. No, do you think it'd be better if I had like a palette knife to mix? Would that be handier? Because I do have one. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. That'd be a little bit easier.
The variety of different tools as well too. Sorry, was this a palette knife?
Yeah.
That's what you called it?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
I feel like once you see it, you'll be like, okay. That guy there.
Because I know of hobby knives as well too. I just don't know if it's one of those.
Definitely not. It's made of plastic.
Oh, good. Yep, you were right. Yep.
There you go.
Yep, you called it.
So it's a knife for your palette. Do you want to mix and mix, or do you want me to mix and mix?
Sure.
Mix and mix. Okay. So I want to show them. This is my personal palette.
That's amazing. Wow. That alone could be an art piece.
Yeah, I actually use this to color match, and like if I need more of a certain color, because I'm like, oh, I don't like the way that turned out, I want to redo it, then I have my reference right here. So I use these three colors for a painting. I'm working on the Pillars of Creation. So.
And what does that include?
Oh, that is, I can't remember. It's basically like a star factory in space, and it has like one arm that kind of goes up and around like this, and then one like this, and there's a bunch of stars in the center, and it's like this massive celestial object.
That's awesome.
But yeah, if you look up like the Pillars of Creation, it's just one of the famous kind of Hubble images.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So that was the one where my roommate Devin saw, and he's like, "Oh, are you maybe keeping that one?" Because he won't ask for anything, right? He doesn't. But he's like, "Oh, maybe you could keep that one."
Oh man, you're getting rid of it anyway, so I'd love to take it off your
Yeah,
hands
yeah,
as well too.
pretty
Yeah,
much.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous. Like,
Oh, thank you. It's not done. I think it was like 7, but it's big. It's big. So
yeah, it's a bit, yeah.
Love to take the chance to see it as well too. That's awesome. Okay, perfect. So we have this new color blue. Where exactly are we planning on putting this?
I think like in this zone. So leaving a border
Okay.
of this,
So kind of just like along
like
this
in,
pillar.
in there.
Yeah, like kind of think of it as like almost like the background before we put on like the Milky Way itself. So
Yeah.
it'd be like the blue behind like all the smatterings of stars.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
So like kind of like bordering it.
Yeah.
I'm good with words.
Hey,
I think we
I'm
should
picking
just
up what you're putting
show
down. I still don't know what I'm
Yes.
painting,
Yeah.
but that I still
That's
find
right.
very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll show you.
Whoa! And then that's what you meant, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. You're not just saying that because we're friends.
Yeah, and then we could just like some texture on the edges of both. Yeah, like
Yeah?
the wispy brush movement.
Oh, okay.
So like
That's-
that'll be good for like all the rest of like what we're gonna be doing, like that brush pattern.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah? Okay. Are you sure you're not just saying
Okay.
that
I
because we're
promise.
friends? Okay.
Okay.
I believe you.
I'm prepared. I got a big glob of
Got
paint.
this.
I'm gonna try the exact same thing that just happened as well
Just
too.
do it.
Okay.
You literally can't ruin it.
Whoa!
making like yelling about it helps, doesn't
It does.
Yeah.
Right?
It does. Okay, and then we're just kind of bringing that
Yeah,
out.
like a crisscross.
Oh no, I got another.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, I think that mixing white might be ancient, and I just might have to replace it.
Oh,
And yeah,
I'm
so
gonna get a
before
little
it
bit,
dries,
a little bit in the water as well.
and then
too.
it's go crazy.
Oh yeah, and like
Crazy.
if you like pull it, like if you start from the middle, or here, I'll come in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, you're doing. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
It's like if you start from like this side, keep it like as like the boldness and like pull it
Yeah.
out. Yeah, you're already doing it.
Okay.
You got this.
Okay.
You got this.
All right.
It's
I'm gonna
looking-
say it came down to the Melissa Fry war cry. I was gonna call it as well too. The Melissa Fry war cry. Whoa! that really helped out.
Yeah,
That
good.
was-
I'm glad.
Okay. Yeah, and that crisscross is really neat.
Yeah, it gives it almost
Oh,
like a cloudy.
I think I got like a goober of white, but that's probably chill, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay.
Or not a goober
Right.
of white, but the goober of the really lighter one. So I'm just gonna put it strategically in a couple places.
We might need to change the water.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's like right now we're working in blues, but before we move to the next color, we gotta change that water.
Yeah.
That is fair. That is
Yeah.
fair. We got time to do that.
Yeah, we gotta definitely. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Like, we literally. I mean, this is almost like because we're not trying to reproduce something. This is basically the equivalent of an abstract almost in itself. It's like kind of a directed abstract because like you can't ruin it.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just kind
it's
of like
just-
how we
You're
feel.
kind of this is what you're like darker and brighter and lighter.
Yeah.
And then you put more stuff on top of it.
It's a
I
lot
made
of
mine
blending.
white.
A lot of blending techniques kind of put together as well too. That's what
Yeah.
I'm finding.
I don't know. Is this
Okay.
I kind of, because I like how yours looks.
Here we go again.
Well, do you just want more phthalo blue, or I don't know? I think it's
Maybe
fine.
Okay. Oh,
you can
man.
do it
Blending,
all
though.
the way up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your blending's actually
like genuinely, it's
off the
looking good.
hook, as the kids say, if they still say that.
Are you raising the roof?
Yes.
Raise it.
This is a lot of blue. Do you think we can just dump some white in it and use it for
Like the edge.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or spongy bits. I don't know. But it's like quite a bit of blue.
Yeah,
Whatever.
we can whatever we have left. We can like tuck it in a smaller like one
Sure,
of these,
yeah.
because it'll like probably stay wet longer if it's in a.
If I also drop some water on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Reduce the surface area. Yeesh. Yeah.
I'm really into this now all of a sudden. You complimented my blending skills, and now I'm like, it's gone to my head.
Yeah.
This is
Excellent.
amazing, though.
I'm just gonna put like more brighter blue, like right at the edge, just because we have the paint.
That's a good idea.
And because we're waiting. No, it's okay.
Yes, how folks are you? Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like
That's
even like
gorgeous.
just accents on the inside after
Yeah.
you're done with the base would be like, yeah. Oh, it's
And
been
if-
so long. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, and of course, like anytime you want assistance, we can.
I think just to keep up,
Mhm.
just to keep up is
Okay.
good.
I also want it to be, your painting. Like one time, a friend of mine was teaching me how to do forging. So he was showing me this, and I was kind of struggling. So it ended up being like my friend doing how much of it? I think he did like 60% of this bottle opener, and I did the other 40% of
Mhm.
actually like making it. So yeah, I like that. I like what you're doing there.
Yeah, the little like. It's
Uh-oh.
okay. It's okay.
Also, you can do this.
Yeah.
If your paintbrush is too loaded with paint, you can just rub it. But don't press too hard or you'll dent the canvas.
Oh,
Yeah, the
okay.
canvases are very sensitive.
They are, yeah.
Did you want to add like? Okay, so did you want to add like purple on the? Or I don't know. This looks like good.
I think it's
crisscross.
Yeah,
looks pretty.
crisscross
On the
apple
machine.
sauce.
I love it. I love
know,
this.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That is, very nice.
Thank you.
It's Clark and Perry on the case. Da-na-na-na. Clark and Perry do what it takes. Da-na-na-na. Clark and Perry investigate.
The activities and interests of local artists in the Windy City's finest throughout both Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, Alberta. Available on TELUS Optic TV on demand, VidFlex, YouTube, and more for limited time only. Terms and conditions apply.
Da-na-na-na.